Hi, my name is Natalie, and today I just want to offer my thanks and give you a very special episode. So, first off, I just want to offer my thanks. This video is to, appreciate all of you who have been watching my videos, and also to celebrate 10 subscribers! Yay! I know that that's not the biggest achievement, but I really wanted to say thank you. And I didn't want to just say thank you for that. I also wanted to say thank you for commenting on videos, for saying what you like and what you don't like, what you want more of, and what you want me to do in the future. I also wanted to thank the 90 plus people who have watched my similarities between Kaladin from The Way of Kings and Jean Valjean from Les Mis. You guys are amazing. I watched those views climb for the past few months, and I have been blown away with the amount of love that video has gotten, and for the amount of love that this channel has gotten, even though I'm not the best at uploading videos. So sorry about that. As a way of saying thank you, I was going to make a very special video for all of you guys. And I thought about this for a while. What would be different than my other videos that I've made so far? And I thought, well, since all of you seem to be really interested in this whole Stormlight Archive, Way of Kings kind of thing, why don't we keep along with that just a little bit? So here's what I'm going to be talking about today. As a special thank you, I am going to be labeling the temperament of Kaladin from The Way of Kings, and now, what I'm currently reading, Words of Radiance! That's right, folks! After a year of not reading the Stormlight Archive, I am finally reading Words of Radiance, which is amazing! And let me tell you, this book might be better than the last one. As one of my friends loves to say, the only person who can outdo Brandon Sanderson is Brandon Sanderson, and I agree with that. I absolutely love this book. Now, granted, I'm only 100 pages in, but from the last book and from this book so far, I think I can pretty much nail down Kaladin's temperament. Now, I know a lot of you are probably going to ask, Natalie, what the heck is a temperament? Well, let me tell you. Four temperaments theory is a proto-psychological theory that states that there are four main temperaments of human beings. Those four temperaments are melancholic, phlegmatic, sanguine, and choleric. Melancholic is seen as the earth temperament, very grounded. Think the people who think big. They're very grounded. They think very deeply about issues, about different types of things that happen in the world, morals. They really question everything in society. They take things to heart. They process them. They don't just make snap judgments. They're very grounded in what they believe and what they think. The sanguine is the air temperament. This temperament has easygoing personality, very likable, very friendly, very, I think I already said outgoing, but just very bubbly, social, very good leaders. They're just very much love people and very much love to thrive from other people. And yeah, they just really like that kind of social influence among others. The phlegmatic temperament is the water temperament. It kind of goes with the flow, very easygoing, peaceful, restful, kind of loves beauty and nature, and very thought-provoking type of things, such as that, almost meditative, and just a very peaceful temperament, like the easy flowing of water. The choleric temperament is the last one, and that is the fire temperament. This temperament is more aggressive and outgoing and passionate and are really great leaders. They're also very active and very much involved with different things and in society. Now, the choleric and the sanguine personality types are what would be called the extrovert types, meaning you're extroverted, and the melancholic and phlegmatic are introverted types, meaning you are introverted. So extroversion would have to do with how you are with others. Introversion would have to do kind of more how you do with yourself. So, if you're more outgoing, you're extroverted. If you're more introverted, you're more quiet, maybe shy, those kinds of things. Now, this is not a label to put on somebody, but it is something that can be used to help you understand how you function in a society, or what are your strengths and weaknesses, and how you act around others, those kinds of things. So now we get to the fun part. We get to put a temperament to Kaladin. As I was doing a little bit of research for this video, I looked at what different professions go under the different temperaments. It was funny to see that the temperament that I thought Kaladin was under was in fact the doctor temperament. Now, I have to explain something. You are born with your temperament. It's not something that changes, or it's not something that you grow into. It's something you are born with, meaning it's how you act naturally and not something that society pushes you to act as. So even though sanguines and cholerics are outgoing or they are extroverted, they were born that way. It's not that they grew to be extroverted through different experiences or through being pushed to be certain ways. I say this because another one of the temperaments is the soldier temperament or the leader temperament. And even though Kaladin is a very good soldier and leader, I believe that his personality type fits under the original one, the doctor temperament. So now the moment you've all been waiting for. What is Kaladin's temperament? Usually people have a primary and secondary temperament. Your primary temperament is what you are most like, but your secondary temperament kind of is your other qualities and does not counteract your primary temperament, but rather works with it, in conjunction with it. Although, as I was thinking about Kaladin and pondering his qualities, I do not believe that he has a secondary temperament. I believe wholeheartedly that Kaladin is 100% melancholic. Now, this is where it kind of gets interesting. The choleric temperament is the one that's the leader or soldier, while Kaladin is an amazing leader, passionate. He loves to salute, as they say in Words of Radiance. He loves to hold his spear. He loves to be in command. I also noticed that Kaladin fears being in position. He fears having power. That is not a choleric trait. As much as society forced him to become a good soldier, as much as he pushed himself to be a good soldier and a good leader to his men, Kaladin is not what you would call a choleric temperament. He does not have this strong will in him. He definitely has a will to fight, but he needs others to kind of help him to achieve his goals. He doesn't say, I'm better than everyone else. He doesn't say, I'm strong and passionate and therefore I should be a leader. He doesn't say, I should lead this group because. He says, I will lead this group because I want what's best for them. That is a doctor mindset and therefore a melancholic temperament mindset. Melancholics are often analytical and detail-oriented. They're also thoughtful, reserved, and prone to anxiety. If these words do not describe Kaladin, I don't know what does. The choleric temperament focuses more on trying to be a leader, trying to be very aggressive to get that leadership position, and being very assertive to leadership in general. This does not describe Kaladin. Kaladin does not seek to be a leader. He is a leader. The reason I say that Kaladin is not a choleric is because of his early childhood. As we see in The Way of Kings, even though I haven't talked about a lot this in the other episodes that I've made, Kaladin has a very interesting childhood. He was brought up with the doctrine mindset, protect life, love life, and be good to all people. Also, say hi to my doggy Mishka! My dog Mishka is going to help me explain why Kaladin is a melancholic. Anyway, in Kaladin's early beginnings, he's very thought-provoking. He always thinks about all the different situations. He never says, I'm going to do this with passion. He always thinks through it. I think especially of the scene where he's on the roof with his brother Ten and looks up at the sky and is pondering deeply in his mind the different consequences of his life, what he should do, if he should become a doctor, if he should join the other boys as a soldier, and his different rankings and class. He never looks at himself as better and never thinks of himself as better. He never kind of has that mindset of trying to achieve a specific goal. He only wants what's best for others. This is the same with his treatment of Bridge 4. While Kaladin is a natural leader in the way that he acts, he is not trying to be a leader. Kaladin does not gain popularity by saying or doing things that make the others follow him. Instead, he gains popularity by showing human kindness, by giving out a hand, by holding out a hand, by giving everything of himself. He kind of just is amazing that way. Kaladin has this beautiful love of this life that he's giving for other people. You know, he kind of, even on the battlefield, he's trying to patch people up. When someone's injured, he doesn't leave them behind. He doesn't see them as impeding on his leadership. Instead, he uses other people to kind of show human compassion and kindness. He doesn't just leave them for dead. He wraps them up, tends to them, even when people tell him otherwise, and kind of just wants to protect them. And I'm going to keep going with these examples of Kaladin's life to how he acts now, is that when he was younger, there were those boys who wanted him to sword fight. And at first, Kaladin looked at the sword, and he didn't just pick it up and because he wanted to show his dominance, which would probably be what a choleric would do. By the way, if any of this sounds like I'm impeding or being mean to cholerics, I'm not. They're amazing. It's just not what Kaladin is. And when he picks up that sword, he thinks for a second. He's like, am I going to take life? Am I going to hurt someone? Now that I think about it, I don't think it was a sword. I think it was a spear because they're not allowed to have swords. But it was some sort of very small spear, just kind of like a sword. And he doesn't want to hurt them, but at the same time, if he knows it's going to protect someone, if he knows it's going to protect his family's reputation, he almost never thinks of himself. He will do that. He will do anything for them. And that's kind of definitely the melancholic temperament mindset, is that I will do anything to help the justice of society. Melancholics are very justice-oriented. Unfortunately, they're very prone to sadness. And here's where you get that Kaladin facing the chasm. It's one of the darkest and deepest parts of The Way of Kings. It's very sad, but also very thought-provoking. Kaladin is in a chasm, and he's thinking, am I going to end this? Melancholics are kind of prone to suicidal thoughts because they think so deeply about things. Kaladin doesn't know what to do when he can't protect Bridge 4, when he can't protect others, when he doesn't have that doctor mindset, the melancholic mindset. He doesn't think, I want to get out of this situation. I don't want to be a slave just for the sake of himself or for the sake of others. He doesn't want to just be better. He doesn't want to achieve better. He just wants what's best for his bridge. And when he can't do that, he feels worthless. When he can't help others, he feels worthless. And that's just very much a melancholic point of view there. And I feel like it's very important to just mention that when he's looking at the chasm, when he's thinking about suicide, he thinks about others and he thinks about not being able to help them. And that's what really almost tips him over the edge. Now, of course, in this same scenario, he thinks, but if I'm not around, I can't help them at all. There's not even a chance. And so these very thought-provoking topics that he kind of explores are what really makes Kaladin Kaladin. And that's kind of the whole situation throughout the Way of Kings. And I see it now, even in Words of Radiance. When Dalinar asks him, can you do this army? Can you build this? Can you take over the Kingsguard? And Kaladin's looking like, I don't know if I can do this. And he's very anxiety prone. Remember when I said before the words that describe Kaladin, that are the temperament things? Anxiety prone? That's Kaladin. It literally says in here, he was anxious. Kaladin is very scared to be a leader, but he does it in his own compassionate, loving way. And that is very much what a melancholic is. He doesn't really have a fire in him, as the cholerics would, to do things because for the sake of doing them. He has this kind of love inborn in him to think fully through everything and to kind of wonder and ponder all of these different things. So I hope this was an eye-opening video, or at least a little bit different than things that you usually get on this channel, and that you very much enjoyed it. I know that I have enjoyed kind of thinking about Kaladin as a melancholic, and it's just been really fun. So once again, thank you all so much. I hope to be making more videos in the future. I'm very sorry that I'm terrible at making these and that I kind of am on a weird timetable, but I promise as soon as the summer hits, I will have more videos and they'll be coming out more frequently. I'm just kind of busy right now, but otherwise there will be videos, so look forward to them and look forward in the near future for a very special Lunar Chronicles video as requested by someone in the comments. Anyway, hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye everyone!